This is Heard You Like It Raw, where we bury old systems, birth new truths, and alchemize the chaos into gold. Come as you are, but don't expect to leave the same. Welcome back to Heard You Like It Raw. I'm your host, Nicolina, diving deep into the raw truths of life. Back at it again. Here we fucking go, everybody. I am reporting live from Honolulu, Hawaii right now. I actually manifested this a little too hard, you know? Like I remembered I had free will, just a little too much, and I was like, oh, right, I can book a flight anywhere I want. I'm gonna go, and it's all gonna work out for me. Kind of just believing and trusting in the goodwill of it all, and trusting the universe. And so yeah, I'm in Hawaii recording this. My life is incredible right now. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Wow, what a life. It took me a while to get back here, you know, but hello, my loves. I quit the rat race. I dumped the old lifestyle and trying to conform to what others think I should be doing. We're over it. We're tired of that, and we're not doing it anymore. So, holy shit. Welcome fucking back, my goddies. I'm so sorry. I had to go MIA for a little bit, a whole year, but you know, happens. I've had a lot of reflecting time this past year, and now I'm finally ready to have my voice be heard again. Finally ready to feel like myself again, and so here I am, everybody. This is me, real, live, and raw for you. Life hit me really hard last year, like really hard. Life actually rocked me last year, rocked my absolute shit, and I have been trying to come back to you all since I left. I planned on just taking a few weeks off to give myself a mental health break, detox, reset, tried it all. It was just gonna be 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, 2 weeks hiatus. Alright, then I tried to come back. I'm a little too depressed. I tried to come back. A little too depressed. And so I kept trying and kept getting knocked down. Like, whoa, knocked the fuck down. I feel like I said this about 2023 as well, but 2023 was a breeze compared to 2024. For those of you that listened to parts 1 and part 2 of my 2023 raw reflections, my gosh. You know that year was crazy. You know that year was absolutely insane. And so for me to say that about 2024, damn. Like, I won't discredit myself for 2023 by saying like it's smooth sailing compared to this last year, but I really never knew depression like I did in 2024. So I only make jokes and laugh because like, what else are we gonna do, you know? I made it through though. I forgave myself and others, and I'm moving on. It's not like I wasn't writing either. It's not like I didn't know I could do this. There was just such resistance coming back. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about the energies, and there was literally a force pushing against my body every time I thought about recording. I felt it all in like the front of my body, like a literal energetic force, like a wall, like was truly telling me, no, not yet. And I like to listen to, you know, the universe and my own intuition, and it was just not the time. I felt the pressure to write and was still writing, of course, but posting, maybe not. And eventually it all comes together so beautifully. Like, I'm literally recording this in Hawaii, so what could be better than that? And the messages, the shit I gotta tell y'all, it's incredible. And I would not be here if it wasn't for this whole past year. So like I got so caught up in it, like I started trying to do video content for the podcast and everything, and it just took me a while. And so now I finally figured it out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, and it's not gonna matter. And I don't need every gadget and cool thing or a whole recording studio. What's better than doing a podcast talking about the energies, teaching people to get back into themselves, into their roots, than being outside? I don't want a stuffy studio. I want to be in nature, guys. We need to connect. We need to be feeling again. And yeah, just absolutely amazing. And so also like the new cover photo I did, wouldn't have had that if I tried to start posting in the fall, you know? It all just comes together. So all the growth and all the ebbs and flows, like you really are right where you need to be. And so I decided to remember who the fuck I am and decided to remember this powerful voice I have. I needed to remind myself that I'm a powerful divine being on this earth, connected to Source, divinely guided and protected by Source, and I have the free will and freedom to speak my truth. I am my truth, and that is a fact. I have a platform, and I'm not afraid to speak up anymore. I was shut out for a while, but now I'm not afraid to stand in my truth and be who I am wherever I'm at in life and say what I feel so called to say. I'm no longer biting my tongue for anyone, and I'm no longer shrinking myself for others. I have stepped into this new, higher version of myself, and I will not go back. So you're either with me or you're not, and that's how I've been vibing lately, and it's been amazing. Allowing myself to be free and post freely without worries or fears of judgment or exclusion or anything like that. I've been allowing myself to be free and post freely without worries or fears of judgment or exclusion or anything like that. Remembering that I'm worthy and that you are worthy too, just as much. We all are. Truly listening to my inner being, my intuition, and letting that guide me. Not my past, not my traumas, and certainly not anyone else's opinion. Fuck other people's opinions. Do what sets your soul on fire, you know? And this traveling, podcasting, communicating, loving this eternal being that I am, like loving this professional yapper that I am, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, that's what it's all about. Doing what truly sets your soul on fire. I mean it, and I'll say it again. You know what lights you up, and you have to follow that. No, no, follow it. Follow it, follow it, follow it. Forget the rest of the world. You are the only thing that matters in your life. And we need to remember that. And it's not like you can't care about other people or that you're being selfish or anything, but it's that you're truly listening in. And that's what we can do, listening into our own inner being and raising the universal vibrations, baby. So, heard you like it raw? Yeah, buckle the fuck up, okay? It's about to get real, motherfuckers. Y'all gonna learn some shit right now, alright? I'm so back. We're so back, baby. So, I took a big hiatus from this because I started truthfully focusing on the wrong reasons. I was getting overwhelmed from focusing only on the numbers of it that I lost my why for sharing my stories, experiences, and perspectives. Completely lost it. I have to be raw with you guys, and by numbers, I mean like I cared too much about the success of it and too much about what content I was posting on my socials and promoting it and how to monetize it and make more money off it, and it got too much. And like by focusing on the content, like yeah, duh, you should do that if you're a content creator, but I'm saying like I was focusing on what others wanted to see more than what I truly felt called to do. And even recently, I was just talking to this girl who does management for influencers, and she's like, oh yeah, well you have to have X, Y, and Z listeners or numbers or blah, 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 blah to get this sponsorship. And that's not what my podcast is about, okay? My podcast is about getting people to remember who we are and remembering to listen to that inner being and get outside, get in nature. I don't want people subscribing and to my shit and like listening in, but I want them obsessing over if I'm posting every single day or how much content I'm putting out and blah, 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 blah. Guys, turn your phone off. Go outside, okay? Listen to whatever show or podcast you want to watch or listen to, but come on, go outside. Stop the scrolling, stop the bullshit, stop the products, okay? So when I was doing that and I was focusing on like, oh, well, this person wants to see this and I gotta post 8 million TikToks a day, like, no. So I was focusing on the wrong reasons and I completely lost my voice in it all. I started doing it for the wrong reasons and not speaking these messages from the heart. When people podcast or put themselves out there publicly, it's a lot of energy, and focusing on using it for good is where my heart is at, but my head, my ego got so caught up in the tiny successes. I was reaching so many people, and then I completely shifted and stopped recording from the heart, from the reason why I started this, because we need more voices during this time to speak up and stand up for those who do not have a voice. And I was too busy trying to care about the followers, the likes, the engagements, and like that's not why I started this. I started this because I feel this passion, this fire to be the change I wish to see in the world, to speak out about the things I care about and tell people what I'm doing. It's what's helped me. And y'all know I've been through a lot of shit. So the fact that I can sit here and say I'm so goddamn grateful and I'm so excited to be alive again, there's ways to do it. And it's listening to your inner being and tuning in and meditating, you know? And so this podcast, it's been on my mind almost daily. I just didn't know how or when or why to start. I wanted to, but wanted to be ready, like really ready for this commitment again. And when I started lacking on making episodes, I had just quit my job and it hit me pretty hard. I definitely have talked about this before, about being in your 20s and finding what to do with your career, and it's been killing me. I've just wanted to figure out something, but not really anymore. I believe that you're right where you're supposed to be, and I was lost for a little bit. I didn't feel like myself, and maybe that was a good thing. Good change was coming, and you need destruction before creation. You need an end to begin, and where I was at was somewhere I did not feel confident enough to create and continue this. I didn't believe in myself. I lost all belief in myself. I gave up on myself, and I just started doing it for the wrong reasons. Worried about the success, took away from the content, took away from my why. I lost her for a while. Maybe I didn't believe I was right enough to have a voice out here. Maybe I still didn't believe in myself truly to have a platform of my own, but the passion and fire I feel inside for calling out the shit that is right in our world, that's me. There's one thing about me, I'ma say something, okay? And I haven't felt that in a long time. It's been a dark year pretty much, and I share this with you all, even if you noticed or didn't notice that I stopped posting, because it's raw and it's real and it's the truth. And I struggled mentally for a bit. Life rocked me. In between jobs rocked me. Death rocked me. It's hard in these streets, but the moment for me, that was my last straw, and that I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll get back on here, because I've been getting messages to start podcasting again. And I think the final push into the deep end for me was this. I was having a block in me with success. You know, typically being raised by a narcissist will have you not believing in your dreams and your goals and aspirations and thinking that you aren't worthy and don't really matter. You're just dreams. Your things don't matter. Why would you do that? You're focused on the narcissist's needs, you know? And they're just daydreams instead of real possibilities, which they are real possibilities. So if anyone told you anything negative about your dreams, fuck that. Fuck them. Fuck that, okay? Let that shit go and follow your dreams. I'm so sick of this cruel world and people putting other people down. And what I was just saying about success is I was having this block and picturing, future me as one does. And, when you're doing those visual meditations and you're simply just daydreaming, manifesting about your goals. And so one of mine, I'm being pictured in the rooms, For a long time I had this huge CEO, business, entrepreneur type of dreams, right? And kind of like always pictured it like I was mostly dressed like a lawyer and just very sophisticated and stiff, probably a giant stick up my ass, And so basically my brain was picturing this. I was having a fake conversation with someone, and Selena Gomez was there too, so I was really like in the right rooms, right? Because being Delulu makes it possible, and being in the right rooms, right? So we're at this event and I'm new to this scene. Again, this is Daydream. And so other people are saying like, oh, you're so raw and real, like you're never gonna make it in this world. You're never gonna make it. I'm just having my brain tell me these things, and I'm just like, no. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing the game. Like, I can't not be straight up with people. I can't do that. Don't you guys want to take off your masks? Aren't you guys tired of the game? Don't you all just want to fucking chill, maybe? And like, do what makes you happy and not worry about anything other than your own well-being and happiness? Like, I just want to be me. And if we vibe, great. If we don't, you don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to have every need, every deal with anyone. Like, you don't have to do whatever you don't want to do. And I think a lot of people forget that. And like the grind, guys, I'm tired of the grind. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I'm so fed up with it. It's just, we're done, right? And so I just want to be me and just slow down, like, can't we all just like take a second, Can't we all just like stop for a couple days? Like, let everybody chill, let everybody reset. Like, I know most of the world is hurting, and so like everyone else just being at home So like I say this to like the people who, you know, have a platform, have success and all of that stuff, and like are influencers. Like everyone else at home is just watching your videos or shows or whatever, and they're just like, fuck. You know, like you're sitting here talking about your products and your travels and your millions of dollars and all of this stuff, and like we're all just sitting here scrolling, depressed, scrolling, like, and like really everybody just wants like access to clean water, you know? Like it's getting to the dark ages, guys. It's getting really, really dark in the world, and it's not cool. So like, can't we just have like clean water, like enough plastics? Can't we just have like good water? Simple example, I could go on a whole tangent about all of that, but like what I'm trying to say is go enjoy yourself in your life. Why does everyone want to create systems and rules and keep everyone in boxes and shit? Like maybe if we had more love and freedom in the world, there wouldn't be so much pain. Ever think of that? Maybe if you loved your neighbors and strangers and we all stopped living in so much fear, that would be super cool, right? Like I get that there's bad people and this applies to them too, but like why do you care so much? Like literally don't. Just stop. You don't have to care about literally anything. Fuck it. If someone or something is causing you stress and irritation, fuck it. Go do something that makes you happy. Literally throw it away. Bye. Done with. Unless, you know, you have a child or something like that. But there's other pains we go through in life, but those pains we can take on together, and it doesn't have to be such a lonely, cold world. Something that's been bothering me is this fucking fourth wall bullshit happening IRL. We are able to turn this world around. All of that 5D alternate reality stuff, like all that stuff is real, baby. We are energy. I'll say it again and again, and we have the capability to change the world and change the vibrational frequency of the world. It's true. It's totally possible. We need to heal though. Individually heal, grow, change, let go of the past. There's little chickens right behind me. Let go of the past and let go of the past, and it truly no longer serves any of us. We are so much bigger than we think. We're all abundant. We all are full of love and light, and we need reminders of that. We need a world to nurture that. We need more places for healing, for energetic expansion and growth. But it's going to take us seeing the ugly in it all. We need to get raw and truthful with ourselves. We're being vulnerable, but like to what extent, guys? All the way there and really dig it out. Like we need it to hurt, but like a really, really bad knot in your shoulder kind of hurt, and we're going to dig it out emotionally until it's raw and free, until we get that shit out and release it and heal and fill those spaces with love and peace and all the good stuff, all your favorite things. As we go through life, we face challenges and happiness, all the good and bad things, and when we are calling in change, when we are manifesting a new reality, we forget to tell you that you're going to change a lot, and it's going to be messy. Like you cannot get to there from here, and you're going to have to level up to receive those leveled up things. But the part that I'm mostly referring to is the losing yourself in the process. You need to lose yourself to find yourself again. And after this past year, I completely lost myself. Literally one of my episodes in season 1, it was so funny. The other day, this hit me and I started cackling out loud to myself. I was reflecting on these changes and who I have become and how I'm so different from 2 weeks ago, let alone a year ago. And it's just crazy. Like, it's insane. We just finished off the Libra Aries eclipse season that has been happening since April of 2023, and one astrologer I follow described it as basically the eclipse season, past 2 specifically. They're like the final chapters of whatever book we started in April 2023. Okay, stay with me, right? I'm not an astrologer, but this is what's happening. So I was reflecting on that. I am an astrologer. I need to just remind myself that I'm a student of astrology. I'm learning. And so I was reflecting on that and noticing where my life was at in April of 2023, and I was still working at the law firm, for those of you that remember why I was there. LOL, that's hilarious. So thinking about that and how I've let go and stepped into so many new parts of myself, but so many other parts died. And so the other day what hit me was I was literally, in season 1, I had a funeral for myself. A whole funeral, publicly, energetically, and like so many of my parts died. And so I was reflecting and I'm like, no shit, bitch. No shit, you were lost and you were left with an empty vessel, basically. And I let so much go, and by energetically doing that, that so publicly, and was no longer serving me. All my old identities during that eclipse season last year, gone. Poof, out of here. I was doing a lot of releasing ceremonies and letting shit go, and there I was. Emptiness, nothingness, the void. Like what? Duh. No wonder I couldn't find myself. I released it all. There was nothing literally left, basically. And so I'm going to get raw and talk about the void, okay? Talk about the in-between spaces. We always like talking about going there, but we can't get there without actually physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of these stuff without actually doing the work. I know it sounds a little silly, but you look at your goals and aspirations and everyone's like, oh yeah, I want that. I want to go there. But like, what you got to go through to get there? Oh, fuck, baby. The growth, the peeling back of the layers. It's almost like picturing it like we're an onion. They say peeling's like an onion, and as you peel back each layer, it gets more raw, more potent. Can you feel me? But I like this reference too, and I just wanted to say that, one, because I know it can be a helpful perspective, but okay, ADHD. So, hence why I'm also like fully having notes off my laptop, because ADHD brain, and I wouldn't be able to get these messages out if it wasn't for that, okay? So, when it comes to manifesting, think of yourself like the onion, and you need to peel back and let go of certain parts of yourselves, your physical identity, old thought patterns, behaviors. You need to get fucking raw with yourself and really look at what's not working and what is holding you back. You cannot change your outside until you change the inside. Vibrationally, what your reality looks like is because of what's going on the inside. You manifest your reality, and when you come to terms with that and learn to go with your flow and finding your flow and how to maintain it, when you get to those phases, because there are ebbs and flows, and when those happen, it can get dark. Like, it's the void. It's nothing, and nothing can be scary, or it can be infinite. It doesn't have to be nothing, darkness, void. It can be infinite possibilities void, you know? And I know this past year was not easy for any of you listening either. It was wild. Holy shit, I can't even begin to go off about the craziness of 2024. Like, we did enter the age of Aquarius in 2023, or actually last year, which is going to be transformative, rebirth, yada yada yada. I've talked about this before and will continue mentioning it. And a great person I listened to get into astrology is actually Cheney Nichols from the Astrology of the Week Ahead podcast. She's an icon. I would dive deeper, but I'm not here to do that. That's what her podcast is for. But there's still this like fake facade all over the internet where you have to make it pretty and be perfectly consistent. And don't get me wrong, like, I love pretty things just as much as the next person. I have a Libra rising, so fucking obviously. But like, that's what that means. Obviously. That's what that means. I'm ruled by Venus. They're thus attracted to all things aesthetic, love, and beauty, okay? But I think we need to like pause on it all, okay? So I finally get it. So first, you know I love edging you fuckers. I really want to actually take a quick moment and shout out a few people that truly brought me back to my podcast life. I had some people message me on Instagram talking about the podcast and when I'm posting again and when they can come on the show, and I had love surrounding it. I was always in awe of that, but I didn't know how to receive it. One day I went to Postino's in Tempe and I ordered takeout because I fucking love that establishment. And one of the bartenders, he served me a few times, and when I picked up that to-go order, he was like, yo, where's season 2 at? And I was like, me? You talking to me? Like, are you for real? He's like, yeah, I've been waiting. Where's it at? And that truly stopped me in my tracks. Like, my goal was to reach people, but I was too fucked up to see that I did. I was too busy trying to escape my problems and jump to the next scene that I missed what was right in front of me. But good things come, and it's never too late, and time is relevant anyway. I'm back. But Nico from Postino's, I thank you. It might have been the simplest thing to you, and it might sound so simple to those listening because you're like, well, duh, you have a podcast. But I didn't know how to receive that people cared and listened, and thought I was good. Like, I had worked off a lot of those mindsets I had from being raised by narcissistic parents. My friend and I, who can both relate to that, we realized that as artists, as creators, we really struggle believing in ourselves and wanting to do it for ourselves and understanding that that's what you're supposed to be doing. Silly. It's crazy. It's how it should be. You should be proud and excited about the things you are creating, and I'm sorry if anyone ever made you feel like your dreams weren't enough or never important, because they are. and they should have been nurtured. They really should have, because you are worthy, you are amazing, and more people need to be reminded of that. Another one is a childhood friend of mine who I had the pleasure of seeing during this past winter. What a sweet angel you are. She texted me one day telling me she listened, and it melted my heart. And that was when I first started posting. And then when I saw her almost a year later after that, she's telling me to post again too, and I couldn't believe I was receiving that kind of feedback. I would hear a few people here and there, or it randomly was brought up by one of my friends, would mention it, and I was like, really need to get back to this. Like, what a beautiful outlet this is. What a beautiful way to connect with it all, and I just forgot about it. And it feels like I'm talking to all my besties on the phone. It feels like I'm giving you the 411, like, that's what's up, Gotties, duh. And I think that that's what held me back, is I was getting that feedback, and I really didn't know what to do with it. And so I shut it out, and couldn't get it back until I understood, and I could truly appreciate it. Talk about being traumatized. Like, healing really is a layering, and you think you get deeper, and then you're like, ooh, peel back another layer, and then the raw truth under that. Ooh, guys, it's not, no, ouch. I am always healing and always working on myself, and big ouchies and big reprogramming needed to happen this past year, because I was in such a scarcity mindset last year when I stopped producing episodes, and you create your own reality. So I was all anxious and depressed, and that's what my life became. I kind of manifested it all, and it's kind of fucked up in a way, but here I am now, and I'm ready, because I'm fucking back, baby, and I did some healing to feel like myself again, and I am fired up, okay? Y'all see the shit that's been happening in the news? Y'all fucking see it, okay? Like, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Are we all just gonna keep sitting around and going, tucking our head under and forgetting that the rest of the world exists? Like, how is that going to help? Like, it's not. And I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do. What I'm not gonna do is put up with it anymore. I can't, I don't want to, I'm done. Fuck the United States. Like, this is absolutely crazy. I know I'm in Hawaii, but Hawaii is a completely different part of it. It's not really the United States, let's all be real, okay? So I came down here because I couldn't do it in the mainland anymore. I was like, fuck this, fuck the grind, fuck all that, the plastics, the products, all the things. I can't do it anymore. I'm over it, okay? And like, I could do it, but like, why would I want to? What I want to do is connect to nature, connect with people, really live and experience, not sitting in my box watching other people live and experience. And what I'm not going to do is be blissfully ignorant in my privilege, and I'm going to call out the fucking bullshit around it, because enough is enough, guys. Like, I've said it before, it should have never gone to this point. It feels to me like we let people in charge for way too long, and the proof is in the pudding. Like, they did a terrible fucking job, and as much as it hurts, I'm so fucking glad you all are opening your eyes to these real issues. Like, everyone dismissing the conspiracy theorists until it has become reality. Welcome to the shit show. Thank you for finally tuning in. We've all been telling you for so long. Like, literally. And so we need radical change, and we need it now. Like, no, not in a few months. Like, no, I need someone or whatever. Like, no, the United States specifically, because I can really only speak from that, from growing up there and living there, we need a mother. Like, the United States needs nurturing. We need a mother, okay? We're all just big babies with our heads cut off like little chickens or something. I don't even know, okay? And when I say mother, I'm not talking about like your suburban housewife. I'm talking about a goddess that harnesses the energy of the earth and can really come in and mother the USA, because my God, y'all, we need help, and y'all need nurturing, and maybe a fucking exorcism too. Like, you have been neglected and abused by your caretakers, okay? And when I'm saying this, I obviously realize that I also have been neglected and abused by this fucking country. I have, however, opened my eyes a long time ago. I am super holistic, and now even more so, like all the herbs, the home apothecary, the lemons for deodorant, the good water, the colonics, the diets, the no plastics, everything. The energies. Like, guys, we can heal ourselves. We can heal ourselves. I genuinely do that. And some people believe in like a little border, a little swap of like Western and Eastern medicine, but we don't need Western medicine, okay? You realize that, right? Like, we don't need any of it, actually, because we're energy, and energy can be changed. Are you kidding me? The fucking pharmaceutical industry, like, just to make a goddamn profit for money that was made up by who? Okay? right? Everything's made up, okay, right? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Like, money isn't real. None of this is real. It's all made up. The systems, everything, it's all bullshit. We're fucking magical, ethereal beings, and it's time we remember the fucking goddesses, gods, and goddies that we fucking are. We could have been living like a super dope fantasy land where we're all fucking magical and dope and more vibrant colors everywhere, and like, gosh, like, honestly, gosh, like, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, you walked outside and there was just magic, like a fucking Disney movie. Like, literally Moana head asses out here. Like, don't even get me started on the healthcare system though, and that rabbit hole, because I will be going down it in another episode 3, because damn bitches, we need a whole episode for that. And I need to tell you about my health journey last year. For those, speaking of health, for those struggling with mental health, depression, anxiety, and even imposter syndrome, believe in the thought you keep thinking, and we create our reality, okay? And sometimes that might scare you because it's like, whoa, why the fuck would I create this? But you're only just learning this and you're already out of it. It's just mental reprogramming, and you are for sure not to blame. I don't want anyone to feel any blame for their own thoughts and beliefs, because we're all products of our environment, and we aren't making, most people aren't making catalytic change in the world to really be to blame for all the terrible things going on in environments and resources. Like, while no one's really to blame, we all know who's kind of to blame and who's been in charge a little too long, like way too long. Like, guys, this is where you're leading our land. Like, this what are you doing? Okay. And I really view it as like, I have woken up in this body recently and looked around and just like screamed. Like, it feels like I kind of just like jumped into this reality and was just like, whoa, like, what did you guys do? What did you do? I view it as like, I was aware of what our planet was, what we are, and all the phases and the seasons and the energy, and I've researched it enough to get to myself, and I've tuned into myself enough to tap into that wonderful ancient wisdom, and I get it. And I look like, this might resonate and this might not. So I woke up and I'm here, and I looked around, being an energetic spiritual being connected to the Mother Earth, the ether, that is our home planet in this timeline. And I'm like, what did y'all do? What did y'all do while I was gone? Like, it feels like, yeah, it feels like when like the parents leave the house for a weekend and go on vacation and come back and their kids fucking trashed it. Like, that's what it kind of feels like almost. And just like, what happened, you know? Like, we just started building more shit and more plastics and more concrete, and you guys took it too far. You're killing our home, our planet, our home. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And knowing about all the mind and subconscious and energy and laws of attraction and past lives and all of that, and I'm like, who the fuck knew about this and didn't tell any of us? Who the fuck knew and didn't make the change for good? Who the fuck knew and continued neglecting us and silencing all of us to us, leaving us in the dark, abusing us? Who the fuck knew and let people poison the earth and invent plastics and create these communities and governments and jobs and stupid shit and constructs that we didn't need? Like, let's get real. That's the stupidest fucking idea ever. Only an actual highly intelligent person would not do this. So an idiot must have been making these decisions, obviously. Like, get real. They clearly didn't even once think of the earth. They just dumped poison all over her. And guys, you need to open your eyes. Like, step back and realize that we can have such a better world. We can make things beautiful again. We can live in a peaceful world. It's possible. Just stop making plastic and horrible toxins and gas and concrete, and stop building shit. Like, we don't need any more buildings, okay? Or roads, truthfully. Like, so many are abandoned. Like, stop. Let's just figure it out with what we have. We don't need any more anything other than more healing and more love. Like, seriously. And clean water, and clean and fresh food, and the sun. Like, get real. Like, the only things are healing, things to benefit the earth, ways to integrate natural products and natural healing, and bringing back the communities, and borrowing shit, and helping others, and having community gardens all over the world, and having a day that we all just, you know, forget about work or anything, just a day for everybody to go outside and just fucking be. Why don't we have like more holidays like that? Why is that not a priority here? Like, y'all are fucking dumb. for not protecting the earth, okay? Like, not you guys, my little gaudies. I'm obviously not talking about you, my angels, okay? I'm speaking about like the leaders of our world. Look where they have led us, and don't come at me about the people doing good. Obviously, I'm not fucking joshing them. I'm talking about the pieces of shit that have destroyed our planet, okay? Centuries ago, and currently still. Maybe not centuries ago, but at least like 100, 200 years ago. Those who do not put a stop to it and do not care about the earth, like that's who I'm talking about. Seriously, you all get it, and you know it can be done differently. You know there are such better ways, and we're not even the societal top scholars, and we understand that. Do you get that? Like, we get that. They obviously get that, and they obviously have more information, and it's time we change. I can't stand it anymore. And most of us are just sitting here like, oh, aliens are real. Oh, they're bringing back segregation. Oh, the economy's fucked. Oh, time isn't real. Parallel universes. We can time travel. Oh, well anyways, I'm just gonna go back to my corporate job and keep fighting the good fight this way. Guys. I'm proof. There's so many people online are proof. Quit your jobs. Do what makes you happy. If you want to make art in nature all day, do that. Literally do that. Like, it just, gosh. Like, we need to stop conforming to this. We need to start riots. We need to revolt. We need to demand change. And I'm so over just ignoring it and letting everyone else ignore it too. Mel Robbins with her little let them theory. Like, okay, girl, I'll let them. But y'all bitches better let me fucking do my part. And this is what I do. Creating waves in those sore subjects so we can actually have change and healing that the world needs. I don't think I can move on from this just yet. I think I have too much energy for getting this out, and I believe I need to release this, and I believe you all need to hear it. I believe we can make change happen, good change for the better. I believe we can all come together and truly heal our earth, our home, our ether. We are all human beings living on this earth, and this is all of our home, whether you like it or not, okay? Without a planet, we have nothing. Without the earth, we have nothing. So if the world dies, we're all gonna die, guys. You get that? Like, we're all connected, we're all one. And it's time we vibrationally fix this shit. So stay tuned for more rants on that, and let's fucking go on my 2024 recap, okay? It's been motherfuckers trying me, alright? I'm trying to take my power back from me, and I'm so over it. Stop being cruel, stop being a fucking cunt and a bully, and start leading with your heart. You're much more beautiful that way, and I've just about had it. Enough being so rude. Like, seriously, lately every single motherfucker is trying me. It's hilarious. I am stunned once again by these absurd reactions from strangers, from people close to me, and I can be like, what the fuck is in the air, but astrologically, I know what the fuck is there. Chaos, okay? We hit huge eclipse seasons this past year, huge astrological shifts, and they haven't stopped. Oh, excuse me. Huge astrological shifts that haven't happened since a literal civil war. So here's that again, that transit coming back, and look at the world. Okay, yeah, civil war seems like that. So that was the main energy of 2024, like everyone trying me, and now it's 2025, and I feel so much more aligned in my body, baby. I'm so there, I'm so thriving. Like, come on, I'm literally in Hawaii. I manifested this, and I damn deserve this after everything I have gone through and grown through this past year. So what a year this was. Started off great. January was amazing. Launched my podcast in December. Felt like I was thriving on top of the world. I was dating a cute boy who I thought really aligned with me. And then I had work try me again. Of course. You know, I'll say it again. I'm a big believer in manifestation and all of the energetic shifts. So why don't I learn my lessons? I make vision boards. I have my dream self, my higher self. I have my boss bitch version of myself. And like, she doesn't really work for anyone. So I don't know why I keep trying to work for other people. Like, she's the boss. So why would I bother working for these dumbasses that I don't like and make myself go through these trials and tribulations when I fucking know that that's not going to work out? Like, it's hilarious. I keep trying to go down these paths over here, but my guides and my angels are like, girly pop, where are you going? You want to be over here, right? Why are you going over there? Like, you're literally turning your back on us. We have all your manifestations over here. Just follow the breadcrumbs. And I realized that it's all been a self-limiting belief. I never fully took a chance on myself. I always have known to my core, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, sharing my words, my stories, and adding to my part to the greater consciousness. I'm really passionate about writing. I've always been too afraid to share. Like, I have comedy skits that literally no one will see or hear, probably for a long time. And it even took me a really long time to launch season 1 of Heard You Like It Raw. It was huge for me, just to have that confidence and courage to do that, to feel loved enough to do that, or passionate enough to do that. I got excited that I only focused on this, and I lost all my care for the corporate job I was in. It happened. I knew it wasn't going to last there. My podcast started getting really great engagement. I got so excited and then overwhelmed and wanted to rebrand, wanted to post X amount of times a day, every day. I wanted to switch to video content. And I got so overwhelmed in it all, I wanted to focus all my time on it and then eventually quit my job, And what happened with that? What happened with me quitting my job? Oh, let me tell you, okay? I submitted basically an HR request. Not basically, I submitted an HR report against my boss who was pressuring me to quit. It's called constructive discharge for those of you that don't understand that. And after many fucked team calls with him, I reported him. He made me cry multiple times, and when I reported him and had the call with the HR rep, it was a guy who immediately said that he's known my boss for years and loves him, and then proceeded to close my case immediately. He said, yeah, well, I love him, so let's just said his name. So, well, I love him, and so we're not going to do that. I'm shutting this down. And so that obviously didn't sit right for me, being like a Fortune 500 company, and I was livid. And not just for me, but for all the women that are too afraid to speak out, I demanded this to be fixed. I marched my ass up to the executive suite. Mind you, worked for a giant company that's been around for 100 years and was the official partner of a very famous sports team. So coming from the PR background, I knew that they would not want the media to hear about their older male HR rep dismissing a harassment case from another older male and shutting down the woman, a story as old as time. Doesn't really look good. Okay, doesn't really look good when their name's everywhere. And so decided to march my happy little ass up there and demanded the head of HR speak with me, put into more reports, and I basically ended up putting in 2 more reports and negotiated a severance pay. And I'll tell you this because I tried to get those people fired. I was a small shrimp in a pool of sharks, and I did what I could to get out of there. And so I did my part, and I just say you really shouldn't be afraid to speak out. You demand protection. You should demand, you have the right to protection, and you have the right for HR people to hear you out. So if you're in a corporate job and your HR reps are pieces of shit, you should tell them, and you should report them, and you should threaten to go to the media, because that's literally the only way to get people to shut the fuck up, obviously. And so shortly after this, my new little romance fell off, which was lame. Like, this guy I had a huge crush on. He was perfect for me to a T on paper, until one night he literally told me he was a sociopath after like many drinks and shared childhood traumas. And then, my friends were like, oh, well, that sucks, that just kind of sucks. Perfect. But then I'm like, I could fix him. No, you can't, girl. Let it go. And then a week after that, my uncle died. And that caused a whole whirlwind in my family's energetic connections. And also, this was the last eclipse season, and I always say eclipses are great, but they're intense. They're great because they will remove whatever is no longer serving you. But with that, if there's a door you're afraid to close and you've been teetering between that decision, baby girl, it's going to slam shut, okay? It's going to slam shut for you, okay? You're welcome. It's done. Took care of it. Boom, gone. Good riddance. Sorry, the universe didn't give you an option, obviously. And I'm not saying that about my uncle. Gosh, that would be horrible. That would be absolutely horrible. But more just in general. And so that happened. And first, let me tell you about that. This was my first death in my life. First death funeral experience for me at 25 years old. I had one experience when I was younger, but wasn't really that. And so I always felt weird about death because a part of me knows that they're never really gone, and we're just here to have our little missions. And if things, don't work out, or you leave this planet early, it was supposed to happen that way. So my uncle and I were close when I was younger, but had a falling out, and I didn't really talk to him after 6th grade, and so that was that. And yeah, he passed away. Very sad, and R.I.P. And I got told that the funeral would be basically in 2 days from my grandfather, literally Tuesday morning. He's like, oh, funeral's Thursday at noon. Flights were over $800 to go to Jersey for the funeral. None of my family helped me financially, which is whatever, but that sucked. Took that big L, especially since I was told at the last minute and I had just left my job and all of that. So I was like, oh, it sucks. So I go to fly. I'm at my layover. What happens? I miss my connector. I miss my connecting flight, therefore getting me there later. And so I freaked out, switched my flight to land now in LaGuardia, which any of you know that airport. LaGuardia sucks. And so I was supposed to be picked up with my sisters to go to the funeral, but instead I had to get a rental car, had to drive myself there. I landed as the funeral was starting. I tried my best to get there in time, and it was almost March in New Jersey, so it was also fucking cold, and basically I was close by and my family left. Not one person stayed for me. They said it was too cold. First death, and I didn't get to properly say goodbye with my family. I still went to the grave and said my goodbyes and spiritually did my little rituals and had my own funeral for him, and it was beautiful. I brought flowers and snacks and goodies, and I realized that none of my family members brought anything, not a single thing. And like that's now my ancestor. Like, I don't understand how you cannot respect the dead, but whatever, that's just me. And so that hurt me energetically. So I said my goodbyes and I started driving to my mom's house where the rest of my family was. I was less than 10 minutes away, and my sister called me saying that my mom was being taken to the hospital. Little trigger warning here, but the ambulance was on the way, and so naturally pedal to the goddamn metal, obviously. And basically, trigger warning again, I walked in on my mom throwing up blood all over herself, all over the floor. My niece trying to like sneak into the room, see what's going on, and my mother literally looked like she was fucking dying, and I will never get that image out of my head. And of course, I immediately, like, the medics come in, I'm doing the whole thing, like crisis communication basically, and I'm giving the medics her whole medical history, allergies and everything, because I'm the one that keeps those receipts in my family. And so yeah, it was kind of fucking crazy. And so when shit hits the fan, basically I have a Virgo moon, and when all of that happens, we're like the neonatals of the zodiac sign, and we kind of just get the shit done. And so went into caretaker mode, and it was insane. Like, she had ulcers and was bleeding internally and had to get a blood transfusion and surgery, and it was insane. And I had to go right back to Phoenix shortly after that, and my sister and I like said our goodbyes to her. She's all fine still, thankfully, but it was just insane. And on top of that, my oldest sister, who has a 5-year-old, is a drug addict, and she was relapsing at the time, and child services were getting involved and talking about removing my niece from the home. And you don't want to know how that feels. Like, it's truly despicable, especially since we were raised like in that way. So yeah, so that was March. Okay guys, that was March. All right. And then following a few months later, basically had no idea if my sister was dead or alive, because she kind of just went on the run. And I go back to my life, and all I have is a podcast and no financial income at the time. And I was like, well, this sucks. So quit my job, uncle died, oldest sister relapsed, my mom was having mental health concerns, and basically, yeah, I fucking lost it, obviously. Of course I lost it. Duh, bitch. Of course I fucking lost it. It was insane. Textbook definition, depression to a fucking T. This might have been my Roman Empire, you know? I was literally blazing weed every single day, trying to numb and make time go past. And granted, I have historically always been a stoner, but recently I quit all the smoking. I quit smoking, and I'm really proud of myself because it's been incredibly hard, and what a journey. But yeah, that was like February, March time, and also the last time I posted, because right after that I'm like, okay, let me take 2 weeks off, go to Florida, recharge. Guys, it was so bad. Like, it was so bad, and my self-worth crumbled, and I was so lost. I lost myself. And for that whole last year, I've been like, bitch, where did you go? Like, we were just getting started. Like, so it's been a fucking journey getting here, and I'm incredibly fucking grateful to feel this love for myself and for life again. I'm so fucking grateful to have these messages to share and connections through this podcast. Like, I love this shit. I really do. And I think it's so cool and fun, and there's so many impactful podcasts out there, and it's just amazing. Like, what a time to be alive. We can literally connect to the entire world through this. And so I just needed to integrate this shit a little smoother. And then I started bartending at a country club, because old reliables, miss bartending, always helps out. And that turned out to be a shit show. That lasted maybe a month, and like honestly irrelevant, but I'll add it in. Left the service industry because I was over it, over the bullshit, the hours, the rude people. But what this place had was a high school maturity leveled staff. It was literally high school bullshit. Like, I had massive bartending experience and got hired with a higher rate than the other bartenders, even the tenure bartenders, and the lead bartender was friends with the assistant manager, and somehow it got leaked that I had a higher rate than the other bartenders, and all the other people started being like super cliquey and rude to me and talking shit about me. And one day I went to my boss's office one day to tell him that one of the bartenders just quit and like just walked out mid-shift because he found out I was getting paid higher and he was over it. And as I'm walking out there, like I get right around the corner and I'm right outside the door because I realized, and I stopped, I realized that they were talking shit about me. And I was like, wow. So I'm listening in, I'm like, holy shit. I literally have the lead bartender, the assistant manager, and the general manager all talking shit about me right now. I was like, wow, alright, this is great. So evidently right after that, put my 2 weeks in, said you guys can all go fuck yourself. And then I was like, well, what the fuck? What do I do? And I wanted to do the podcast so bad, but I couldn't figure out how to monetize it at the time. And I was literally in survival, fight or flight mode. It was bad and I was not okay. I was not in a place to be sharing my messages with the world or my energy for that matter. So then time goes on. Oh no, actually. So then I had a friend who was super witchy and intuitive and crazy spiritual and powerful, and I was learning so much for her. But 2 things. I ended up having to get a restraining order against her baby daddy. So like throw that around in there around like April, May time, all in the whole fucking mix of it. And then it just got too much. And I'm just going to tell you guys, like when you're dealing with spiritual beings, other spiritual beings, people that are down the rabbit hole a lot farther than you, like you need to call in your protection. You really do, because there are energetic vampires out there that will suck you dry, okay? And when you deep dive into the magical universe, it is magical. And there's the good and the bad and everything, and it can be really scary. And they say your life is made up of the energies that you spend, of the 5 other people you spend the most time with. And I was basically watching like her life slowly appear into mine, and like patterns and sequences, and basically there was something I had to cut the cords from. Cutting the cords anyone can do, but you need to be ready to seriously let that person go, because after that you can't go back. So then the summer happens, and then I ended up doing fucking door-to-door sales for windows, and honestly I slayed. It was a big slay for me, and showed me and taught me that I can motherfucking sell some goddamn windows, okay? It taught me how to truly sell myself in a business professional setting. It taught me a lot, honestly. How to show up in my energy, how to attract and manifest money on the daily. It was incredible. I was racking that shit in. But it was also the summer in Phoenix, and we hit record highs. So it was 117 some days, and I was out there fucking knocking doors. So no one can tell me that I don't know how to work or get my hands dirty or do a great fucking job, okay? Because I can be as hard as a motherfucker when it comes to work. And then I kind of, over time remembered I'm a princess and a master manifester. So like, I was also like the only woman in the office, and I became the leading sales rep my first month, not just in the office, but in the entire company. I outsold everyone, even all the directors. And if you've done door-to-door before, I commend you. It's an amazing experience, and it taught me so much, and I learned a lot. But my dumbass young bosses were in over their heads, and I, however, again, did the thing where I have to try my absolute best and try to make catalytic change wherever I go. So I created an official women's sales training for the entire company and started teaching yoga for the office, and truthfully just kind of got to some bullshit, some favoritism, and it made me realize like, oh wait, you were so right. I don't need to work for dumbasses anymore. I don't need to work for any man ever, okay? I was done. And thankfully, my bestie Belle at the time had started her own design agency, and she asked me to help her on the public relations side of things for one of her clients, and we started that and we took off. We fucking did that shit. It was divine timing and divine intervention at its finest. Quit the windows, went back to my roots in PR, which was what I went to school for, and it was awesome. And for months, we were really thriving. I was really thriving. But I was still missing this part of me, missing my outlet, missing my voice, missing this storytelling and this most beautiful thing that us humans can do. And so that was always missing. And when will we learn? Oh, when will we stop working for the toxic patriarchy and tear that shit the fuck down, okay? I'm tired, I'm over it, I quit it, I will not tolerate it, and you should not either. If you believe a system or your job is fucked and wronged and you're mistreated, it's probably because you're right. Sorry, let them do that and move the fuck on. I'm so sick of these roles and social confirmations. lick my balls. Like, it literally does not matter, okay? I'm living proof that you should say the things that you want to say and tear down the systems you want to tear down, because it's your fucking life, and clearly life is calling you to make these changes. Whether it's telling your boss to go fuck themselves, which you definitely should do. You think I'm gonna listen to these stupid idiots anymore? Like, you're out of your mind. Had a huge hard reality check, and I was like, fuck this, I'm done, okay? So, and then that basically all happens, and that was like the fall time that I ended up quitting that. I did that for a couple months, and I was just absolutely over it. And on top of all of this, I started dealing with major health concerns. Like, I literally had to have a goddamn biopsy on my lymph nodes, and that was terrifying, and had like a major infection going on in the body. It was insane. So that was like October, November time. On top of that, in October, I had got rear-ended while stopped at a red light, and my car was totaled. They hit me, I hit the person in front of me. It was fucking terrifying. And so throw all of that in here, like, which is just crazy. Like, I do kind of think I manifested the accident, because I got into a car accident in 2020 and my treatment ended in 2023. And when I moved to Arizona, I was really wishing to still get that treatment, because I was still having pain in my body and I didn't really have the funds to do that. And so I was just like, fuck, I wish I had that again, and had that in the back of my mind, and would occasionally think about it, and then bam, look what happened. Okay? And that's the thing about manifestation, is like, you got to be casual about it. If you want it too bad, it's not going to come. And if you really, really don't want it, it's like not going to come. So bam, look what happened. And then the whole thing with my lymph nodes, I went to the ENT and they found this swollen lymph node in my neck. It is still there, and I went to so many appointments, scans, new doctors, energetic doctors, and it was a long 4-month journey to get to where I am now. Well, now like 6 months, and which is basically where I'm at now, is believing in all the energies of it. And I'm gonna get into that in a future episode and really break down my health journey and why our systems in America for healthcare are absolutely fucked, and sharing from my own experience, okay? On top of all of this, I had started a new relationship with a close friend last year during the whole mix. Like, he was my light, my savior, my knight in shining armor during all of that chaos, and he was really there for me. And when you start a relationship from pure fight or flight mode, when I didn't even know if I wanted to be like alive most days, yeah, not really healthy, guys. Not really a relationship if you're constantly focused on one person's trauma. And I get it, be there for your partner, but for me, like, I really needed to learn to love myself again after 2023 and all of 2024. Kept getting rocked and was never feeling like myself. So how can I be authentically open and loving in a relationship? I couldn't, and it wasn't fair to the other person. I couldn't be all in, and I had to let that go. It was for the best, truthfully, and since then I have really been able to focus on myself and my healing journey, and learning to love myself again, and step into that heart space and get out of head of it all. Remembering who the fuck I am, and remembering this vibrational world we live in, and how I can create my own reality. Duh. Literally, duh. Look where I am. And I needed this space to do that. I needed this space to grow and be free. And I'm also a big believer in how dating in your 20s shouldn't really be so serious unless you're married and have kids. And even then, so it still shouldn't be that serious, you know? It's all a blip of an eye anyway, and all we have is the present moment and this precious existence. And so with that, your 20s are for trying and experimenting and growing and failing and learning from your mistakes. And when we hold on to someone so close, and we basically hinder their growth. And so I believe you have to be fully willing to let your partner change and experience and say yes without worrying about their partner, especially because most cases they're factoring in an insecure partner. So I picture this, like, if there's something you really want to do, but you're like, oh, I don't know if so-and-so will be able to come with me. Fuck that. You're in your 20s. Get over it. Build a bridge and get over that. And, like, just do it. So if you're also happily in a relationship in your 20s, great. Good for you. I love that for you. Keep living your life. You're both happy and feeling called. And if you're not, I love that for you too. Like, it's not about finding our person. It's about finding ourselves in this lifetime. And so I'm really feeling into all of that now. And I'm back though. And that year was fucking crazy. And wow, yeah, if you guys have any questions about it at all, like, please feel free to put it in the comments and be like, girl, can you talk a little more about this, or message me on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is. And because I'm back and I'm ready to share and connect and love with you all again. And I'm fucking pumped, because what a world we live in, huh? What a crazy time to be alive. I'm stunned. So much shit is going on in the world. So many lifestyle changes, so many changes with money. Like, I've been telling everyone for years, like, not all of you, but all of my friends, that we have entered the age of Aquarius, and that all of this innovative change is gonna happen. But what usually comes before change? Destruction. Things that have to be destroyed in order to be created. Funny how that all just full circle back to advice to me. Like, wow, really listen to yourself talk. One time I heard somebody say that the words you speak and the advice you give is mainly applicable to you, and it's mainly a reflection of you. So take note when you're giving people advice. It's kind of funny when you catch yourself. And also, it's time to get educated on astrology. Like, it's annoying, like, get over it. It's a real tool, an ancient, historical, amazing fucking tool. Billionaires use it, millionaires use it, just use it. It'll help, seriously. It's just another tool of perspective to understand ourselves in the world, just like breath work or affirmations. Like, just fucking get a real reading and see for yourself. Try to understand something that makes you uncomfortable. Figure out why astrology makes you uncomfortable and why you're not open to it, because it's okay if you don't believe in it, it believes in you. And I say this just because literally what's going on in the world, especially the past few years, astrology explains it to a freaking T, baby. And I'm recording this on the 555 portal, little Cinco de Mayo. I started recording at like right around 5:55, so it's just amazing how it's all coming full circle, and using this beautiful changing energy, creative energy, and letting that ride through me and letting that open up my heart. And so, guys, I'm back and I'm ready to put my all into this season, into you, into our hearts, into this kind of community, into this new world, ready to actually do video content like I was trying to do last year before I had to leave for a bit. You know, healing is crazy and messy and beautiful. And I've been thinking about this year and knowing how it definitely cleared out a lot. Slate is clean, guys. Like, seriously. You can't help but isolate yourself in dark times sometimes, and that's okay, but I think you're always doing what you're supposed to be doing, and the more you listen to others about what you need to be doing for yourself, the more you're disobeying and betraying your inner being, especially when everyone gaslights you into believing that you're less than, because you're not. And if they say you're too much, they can choke. They literally can fucking choke. No longer shrinking ourselves for others, guys. It's not the time for it. It's the time to live authentically. It's the time to get out of head and into heart and love and do what sets your soul on fire, guys. So I'm here for you. I hear you and I believe in you. Message me on Instagram if you need a cheerleader in your life, if you need to talk, because the world needs more of it. The world needs more connection and less fear. So do not be afraid to reach out to me and share your raw truths, because I'm here for it. And so I will leave you with this. Be gentle with yourselves, with others. Look around and realize that we need more love and light. Be that light, be that love. It feels so good, and it looks so good when you do it. You look sexy when you do it, actually. And let's teach our future generations how to love and be a good person, and how to look inward and trust themselves and know their own worth. Otherwise, they're going to look elsewhere, and they're going to look externally and compare and compare and compare. And comparing killed the cat. Curiosity, but like comparison, really. And I do keep writing every single year. Every single time I write the date out for some reason, I keep writing 2024, so it feels like some of those things are still coming over in here. Like, there's still some little bits that we all need to learn from 2024 and we need to let go of. And even though it's fucking May, I'm still doing it. Might do it all year, who knows. But I'm really grateful for this year so far. I really am making progress and getting closer to feeling like my best self. It's a work of art though, really. The process is messy, but boy is it beautiful. And I cannot wait to see how we all come out on the other side. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be more destruction. I'm never going to put it lightly. I will always be blunt with you and all and give it to you raw. It's why I'm here. That's why I call my podcast Heard You Like It Raw, baby? It's gonna get real and raw, okay? going to talk about the shit. So Age of Aquarius is just getting started, and I'm here to bring these messages to life and speak from my heart. These are my experiences, my perspectives, and no one can take that from me. So welcome back, Gotties. I'm so excited for what season 2 has in store for you all. I'm so excited to connect and grow this community and continue spreading the love. We got this, Gotties. I believe in us. We can be the change we wish to see in the world. Gandhi, who also has his moon in his 10th house, like I have my moon in my 10th house, and why I've always loved that message from him. Be the change we wish to see in the world, okay? Because that's what this is all about. Wow. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I know it was a little ADHD dump, but I just wanted to give you guys the raw truth of what happened in 2024 and why I went MIA and why I am back, baby. Because healing is a journey, and we're here, and we're thriving, and we're grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful for you all for tuning in. I'm so grateful that you all are alive and that you're listening and you're growing and you're working on yourself, and I'm just so grateful for everybody raising the universal vibration. All we can do is work on ourselves and slowly work on our own energy and just keep spreading the love. So let's fucking do this, and let's fucking go, baby. Now be sure to share this with anyone it might resonate with and keep spreading the love. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Stay tuned for more next week, and remember, it's all just jokes, folks. Now there's a little prayer I want to leave you with lastly. If today lit something inside you, let it burn away what was never yours. Let it build the world you choose to live in. Remember, the system only works if we believe in it, and you don't have to anymore. You are already free. You just have to live like it. Until next time, stay wild, stay awake, and stay you. I love you all. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings. I'm out.